Out of all these new faces, I mean, you mentioned the workouts that you've had so far. Anybody stand out at this early point?
A number of our young players look pretty good. I like what they're doing. I don't see that fear that freshmen sometimes come in with, and sometimes freshmen tend to come in with a little fear, be passive. And this group's aggressive, and especially when you start going up and down a little bit, when you actually are 5-on-5 and you get to see them, when you're not thinking, when you're breaking down in drills and that, you're thinking a lot. But when you get out there and you just play, there's a little bit different type of speed that they're playing with. Another player that I really think can do a lot of things for us and is Destiny Hives-McCrae. She is a 4 player for us who's not a real tall post player, barely 6 foot, but she's a player that can shoot the outside shot. Last year she was a little hesitant on some things. Being a freshman, she was thinking too much instead of reacting. And this year, the confidence makes a world of difference. It can make such a difference from your freshman to your sophomore year. She's more confident. She's reacting better. She can stretch out defenses. That's the part that I'd love to see Akil improve is her outside shot. But on the other hand, taking Akil away from the basket is not what we want to do. As I told her in yesterday's practice, I got to keep you around the basket because she is so good in rebounding and her pursuit of the basketball that you put her on the perimeter consistently. And as these post players, they want to play in the perimeter. It's kind of like guards want to play inside and posts want to play maybe opposite of what they're used to playing. So it's interesting because post players love to play in the perimeter. But I think Destiny can. I do think she'll surprise some people. I expect big things from her.
When you put together this class, were you recruiting with one particular theme in mind, one characteristic in mind, as you collected these freshmen, or were you recruiting with the Big East Conference in mind?
We were recruiting. We get the best you can, get, and there was, of course, there was that. This is I believe this is not just a talented group, but I believe this is a group that can play at that level. And, of course, as you move into next year into the Big East, there's a different type of recruiting strategy. You're recruiting bigger players, you're recruiting stronger players, and don't underestimate the value of recruiting basketball players with a high IQ, with a high basketball IQ, because it's a different level of basketball. And you can't just be athletic and running the floor. You got to be able to know the game and understand the game. That's important. So that's we're trying to build relationships with coaches across the country, especially on the East Coast, and that's where it starts.
Apart from winning every game that you get out on the floor to play, what's your primary goal in your last go-round in Conference USA?
Besides, it's stating the obvious, and I haven't been I've been disappointed with the last 2 years. They've been tough. You can't deny that. We've had it tough, and what I've called it's kind of like been a cleansing period for us this year. And I really feel like we are on track to do something really special this year with our team. And as I told somebody earlier, this is. You go into a season and you can be excited about a season. You can say this could be a long year. This is tough. This and that. But this year I go into the season. I'm not just excited. This is a team that I sit there and say there is something special about this team. And right now I'm trying to put that together, off the floor as well as on the floor. And we concentrated in preseason a lot on togetherness. Team the relationship with each other, with players and coaches. I love to go down and practice. Well, this team, I love to go down to see our players besides practice, and that makes it special. I would like to surprise a lot of people. You look at, we were picked 8th. So be it. We're picked 8th. But there's nothing more that's motivating. Not that we need any more motivation, but of course you want to go out with the bang. You want to go out, you want to make a statement. That's the competitive nature of the business. And that's what we'd like to do. I think we have the tools in place to surprise a lot of people.
If being picked eighth puts a little chip on your shoulder, doesn't that sort of play into your personality and maybe the personality of your staff as well?
No doubt. No doubt. That's I'm fiery. You know that. I'm a New Jersey girl, and I'm a fiery and intense type of coach. But when I went in that locker room yesterday, and read that off, I saw a fire in our kids' eyes, and I liked what I saw. I liked the attitude, the response. Coaches, just like players, they play off coaches' emotions and attitude. Well, there's certain things that coaches like to see in players or see as a team, and we watch everything. We watch how they get along. Our team, they do things together. They have dinners together. That's what you want in a team, because you know what? In those close ball games, in the end, that's all going to play a big part in it.